Evening. Hello once again. Game 5, NBA Finals tonight. Pacers and Thunder all tied up 2 games apiece. This becomes a best of 3 series in the NBA Finals. My name is Sports Bonanza John. If you're following me on YouTube, would appreciate a like and subscribe to my page if you would like as well. So again, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. My Twitch stream, Sport Guru John. I will be having a kick stream eventually, Sports Kick John. That is not up and going yet, but hope to have some content on there very, very soon. Before I begin any live stream, I do always start every time with a prayer beforehand. That is what I do. So, that's what I do. So we're going to start with that right now. Lord, thank you for this day. And thank you for this opportunity, Lord. And please look over all the players. Keep all these players safe. Keep all the fans safe as well. And let's have a good time tonight in this Game 5. And just keep everyone safe and look over us all, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, Game 5. Teams have alternated wins and losses through the first 4 games of this series. Of course, Pacers getting that last-second shot by Halliburton in Game 1 to win it. Thunder with a decisive victory in Game 2, bouncing back from that Game 1 loss. Scene shifted to Indianapolis and a big fourth-quarter rally for the Pacers in that Game 3, and they ended up winning that game to go up 2-1. But in Game 4 on Friday night, the Thunder returned the favor in the fourth quarter, and a big fourth quarter, especially one out of the NBA MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He had 15 points in the final 5 minutes of that game as the Thunder battled back to win that game and tie up this series 2-2 and take home court back for a very, very, very critical Game 5 tonight in Oklahoma City. Also, tonight, we're going to keep you updated on some other action around the sports world. Big story in the sports world today was out in Omaha today, in that game between Arkansas and Murray State, that College World Series game. Arkansas's Gage Wood, the third no-hitter in College World Series history, and set a record 19 strikeouts in that game. He only allowed one batter to reach base, and that was a hit batter. Arkansas winning that game 3-0. And again, phenomenal performance, history-making performance in Omaha today for Gage Wood. So that did eliminate the Cinderella team of the College World Series, Murray State. But boy, what a run they had this year. Do have another game going on right now, LSU and UCLA. That has been delayed, I believe, by weather over there in Omaha. All right, but back to this one. Game 5 between the Pacers and the Thunder. Game 6 will be in Indianapolis Thursday night. Who will be going back to Indianapolis with a 3-2 lead is the question. Pacers have not lost back-to-back games this postseason. They look to keep that going. They are 5-0 this postseason. I'm sorry, they have not lost a game in the postseason. I'm sorry that. So we'll see if they keep that going. The Thunder 9-2 at home in the playoffs. And we'll see if a team, Thunder trying to win back-to-back games, trying to send a team to back-to-back victories for the first time in this series. As the scene shifts back to a raucous Paycom Center in Oklahoma City for this crucial Game 5 tonight. Pacers starting lineup has just been introduced there in Oklahoma City. It is the same starting 5 they have brought out there all series long. Halliburton, Nembhard, Turner, Siakam. I'm sorry, I'm getting these pop-up ads as I always get. So in case you see me looking over here, these pop-up ads keep popping up. So apologies. All right, the Thunder being introduced tonight. They had made a lineup change in Game 4. They had started Hartenstein for Wallace in Game 4, did the Thunder. They had made that lineup change in the starting lineup anyway in Game 4. as the Thunder are being introduced now on the floor. For any first-time viewers, I do want to point out something if you have not tuned in before. My YouTube TV, who I use, there is a significant delay between the live action and the action by the time I get it. I do realize that. YouTube TV does have that delay. I have tried to take it off before and it starts buffering real bad. So I do realize there is that delay. Unfortunately, there's not really anything I can really do on that. So I do want to also, for any first time, if you have not tuned into my streams yet, I do want to point that out ahead of time, that there is that delay that unfortunately is kind of out of my hands. I can't really do much with that delay. The Thunder, again, are starting Hartenstein tonight. They had made that switch in Game 4. They are sticking with that. They are starting Hartenstein in Game 5. And Cason Wallace will be coming off the bench once again for the Thunder, as we are just about set to go in this crucial Game 5 between the Pacers and Thunder. Series all squared up 2 games apiece. It becomes a best of 3, 2 games in Oklahoma City as they took home court back with that victory in Game 4. And it is quite the scene, quite the raucous scene in Oklahoma City at the Paycom Center tonight. It has been raucous there. It was raucous there in Games 1 and 2, and boy, was it rocking at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Games 3 and 4 in Indianapolis. But the scene has shifted back to Oklahoma City for Game 5. And they are just about set to tip things off here. Who will head back to Indianapolis up 3 games to 2? We will find out 2.5 hours or so. The Thunder, as I mentioned, the Pacers have not lost back-to-back games in these playoffs. The Thunder also have not lost back-to-back games in these playoffs with that comeback win in Game 4 that they had. As the Thunder are fist bumping the fans at courtside right before this one gets underway. A mix of blue and white in the stands in Oklahoma City tonight for of course, the Thunder colors for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A few Pacer fans in attendance tonight as well. Now they're making that trip southwest. And they are set to jump this one up tonight. So here we go. A crucial Game 5 underway. The tip controlled by Indiana. Halliburton, Nembhard, Siakam, Turner, and Nesmith. Normal starting 5 for the Pacers. Working around, here's Turner. Turner outside to Nesmith. Nesmith on the drive, just beyond the foul line. Shot is long, and the rebound pulled down by the Thunder, and we have an Indiana foul on the rebound. Nesmith on that foul, going after the loose ball as he bumps into Dort, and that will be Nesmith's first. Up come the Thunder for their first possession of the game. 40 seconds into this one. Inside Hartenstein for a dunk. And that's how the scoring begins tonight. Hartenstein once again in the starting lineup tonight for Cason Wallace. That's the second game in a row the Thunder have went with that starting lineup, and it's 2-0. Nembhard pulls up in the paint and puts it down for Indiana's first 2 points, and we're tied 2-2. Gilgeous-Alexander puts it up and missed it off the back rim, and it will go out of bounds over to Indiana as Hartenstein knocks it out. 2-2 ball game, minute 20 in. Halliburton finds Siakam. Siakam will get the pull-up in the paint and get the roll, and Indiana has their first lead at 4-2. Hartenstein bringing it up here for the Thunder. Holmgren reverses and inside. Holmgren's first two, and we're tied up 4-4. Halliburton with it. Three-pointer on the way is good by Siakam with a three, and it's Indiana 7, Oklahoma City 4. 2 minutes old. That shot's blocked, but they're going to get a foul. Shot was blocked, but a foul occurred as well. Foul's on Nembhard. Thunder will have free throws. NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander heads to the line. At the 9:59 mark of the opening quarter, first one by Alexander is good. Gilgeous-Alexander. It was Holmgren, Williams, Hartenstein, Gilgeous-Alexander, and Dort, the starting five tonight for the Thunder, as Gilgeous-Alexander hits two, and it's a 7-6 game in favor of the Pacers. And a turnover. As the Pacers turn it over, Williams ahead for the dunk, and it's an 8-7 lead for the Thunder. Nembhard brings it up. Turner back to Nembhard. Nembhard on the drive, back to Turner. Miles Turner off the glass inside, and he scores. And it's a 9-8 game. Back and forth here early on. Gilgeous-Alexander brings it up for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander outside to Holmgren. He's got a three. He got it. Holmgren with a three-pointer, and it's Thunder by 2, 11-9. So quick offensive start at both ends. Nesmith trying to answer and does for the Pacers with a three-pointer for Nesmith. 12-11 Indiana. Nice feed inside and the finish for Williams on the great feed. And it's 13-12. Halliburton. And we have a foul before the shot. And I believe they got Dort for the foul for the Thunder. So the Pacers will inbound off the Oklahoma City foul. And then it comes to Turner. And the Pacers turn it over for the second time. Here's Holmgren. Off to Gilgeous-Alexander, who will back it out. Nice feed again, and a monster dunk inside. And the Thunder take a three-point lead, 15-12. This is Halliburton. In the corner. And the Pacers again turn it over. Their third of the quarter. Three-pointer Williams short. Rebound pulled down by Turner. And back come the Pacers. Halliburton. Halliburton tries a three. That's long. Rebound to Dort of the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander brings it up. Gilgeous-Alexander with the left hand inside and scores. And a timeout called by Rick Carlisle as the Thunder have taken a 5-point lead, 17-12, with 7:45 remaining in this first quarter. Thunder on a 6-0 run. And they lead at 17-12 at the 7:45 mark of the first quarter here in Game 5. Both teams red hot from the field to start the game here. Thunder 7 for 9 Pacers 5 out of 7. Five early points for Siakam, leading the way early for Indiana. 6 for Jalen Williams, leading the way early for the Thunder in this one. As I mentioned, the offense is very, very hot here to start the game. Teams have only missed a combined 4 shots in the game's first 4 minutes, 15 seconds. And it's a 17-12 lead for the Thunder at the 7:45 mark of the first quarter. Again, gonna run down some other sports action here tonight as well during these timeouts. As the beginning, if you did not hear, out of the College World Series, Gage Wood of Arkansas, a no-hitter, the third no-hitter in College World Series history. 19 strikeout performances, a College World Series record, as Arkansas eliminated Murray State 3-0. The other game in a delay, LSU and UCLA. LSU leading that game 5-3 currently. And we're going to run down some baseball scores as well, major league scores as well during the timeout. Phillies in front of the Marlins 3-1, that game in the top of the 8th. Nationals trying to end their season-long losing streak. They lead the Rockies 4-3 going to the 9th. Angels, Yankees, 0-0, bottom 7. And a couple West Coast games later, Red Sox, Mariners. By the way, Rays lead the Orioles 5-1. Rays, the hottest team in baseball right now. Astros, Athletics, and Padres, Dodgers. Later, Shohei Ohtani getting his season debut on the mound tonight for the Dodgers. He hasn't pitched in well over a year. He's going to be on the mound tonight for the Dodgers. That rivalry game against the Padres. But here at 17-12, as we return you back to this, Thunder leading the Pacers early on. 3 early turnovers for the Pacers. They've turned it over on back-to-back possessions. And they find themselves in a 5-point hole here, just over 4 minutes into the ballgame. Again, the Pacers, as I mentioned at the outset, they have not lost back-to-back games the entire postseason. If they do this time, they're going to be going back home to Indianapolis facing elimination on Friday night. The Thunder, looking to win back-to-back games, would be the first time in these finals teams won back-to-back games, as the teams have alternated wins and losses through the first 4. Pacers winning the odd-numbered games so far, and the Thunder winning the even-numbered games. So Rick Carlisle had to take this timeout as the Thunder went on a quick 6-0 run there, helped by 2 Indiana turnovers. The Thunder, counting the playoffs, have the best record in the NBA since the beginning of January. And the Pacers will inbound following the timeout. Thunder 55-15 since the beginning of January. As the Thunder knock that ball out of bounds, it will stay Indiana ball. .12 on the shot clock as the Pacers inbound. Nembhard will do the inbounding. Nembhard finds Turner. Turner looking, finds Halliburton. Shot clock down to 5 for Indiana. Halliburton with 4 on the clock. They're going to have to put up a 3 here as Toppin comes into the game. Nembhard with a 3 at the shot clock buzzer does not go. And the Pacers keep it alive. Nembhard, the putback, cannot finish. And rebounded by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the right hand. He's got 6 for the Thunder. And the lead is 7, largest of the game so far, 19-12. Rick Carlisle needing to be restrained on the Pacers sideline. He is not happy. I think he thought Nembhard might have been fouled underneath the basket on that last miss. And he is really hot on the Pacers sideline. And he just got teed up as well. And Gilgeous-Alexander hits the technical free throw. So Rick Carlisle gets an early technical foul. Still not happy with that, what he feels was a non-call on Nembhard at the other end. And it's a 20-12 lead for the Thunder nonetheless with 7 to play in the quarter. Halliburton. Another Pacers turnover. That's 4 now. Ahead and just checking into the game at the timeout. Caruso puts it in with the right hand, and it's now a 10-point lead, 22-12 for the Thunder. This is Toppin with it. Obi Toppin checked in at the timeout for the Pacers. Nembhard into Turner, and Turner gets it to go, and a foul. And Miles Turner with a chance to complete a three-point play. Foul on the Thunder was on Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein returning for the Thunder. Also return into action for the first time, Aaron Wiggins. Ben Sheppard into the game for Indiana. Miles Turner with a chance to complete a three-point play here at the free throw line. At the 6:27 mark, first quarter, 22-14 Thunder. Turner misses the free throw long. Caruso will bring it up for the Thunder. Caruso with it. Finds Hartenstein. Dort thought about the three. Now will drive inside, kick it back outside. And Williams from the free throw line, around and out. But Dort pulls down the offensive rebound, and the Thunder will reset. Hartenstein to Caruso. That shot was blocked. A great block underneath the basket, and back come the Pacers. Nembhard gives it off, and Halliburton nearly turned it over, but finds Toppin. To Turner, 8 to shoot. Toppin back outside, and they're going to have to put something up here with 1 on the shot clock. Toppin has to launch a long three. I think they're going to get a violation here on Indiana, and it is a turnover. That's their 5th of the quarter. And it was a backcourt violation. Toppin recovered the ball, but then stepped in the backcourt once he did, and that is an over and back violation. So the Thunder will inbound with 5:35 remaining in the first quarter, leading 22-14. Wiggins finds Caruso. Caruso looking, finds Dort. Dort will try a three as that rims off, but Hartenstein keeps it alive for the Thunder. Wiggins underneath the basket. That shot's blocked. Hartenstein gets the loose ball, and he's fouled on the way up. Thunder keeping it alive with the offensive rebounding, and Hartenstein heading to the line. TJ McConnell, who just checked in for the Pacers, just got the foul. Hartenstein will head to the line for 2. First free throw by Hartenstein is good. Hartenstein getting the start for the second game in a row for the Thunder. And he will have 1 more. And it's no good. 1 of 2 for Hartenstein. The Thunder lead is 9 as we near 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. This is Toppin to Halliburton. Halliburton tries a three. That's rimmed off. Rebound Hartenstein. Pacers just 2 for 5 early from the three-point line. That's going to be an offensive foul on Dort. I think he threw the arm out there. That's going to be his second. I think they got him for throwing the arm on Halliburton. So Dort has to go out with the 2 personals here in the first quarter. Has not scored in the game yet, as he missed his only shot attempt of the game, which was a 3. Tony Bradley, little used Tony Bradley getting into the game here for Indiana. Siakam's fouled, and they're going to get Williams. And that will send Siakam to the line. Tony Bradley, mentioned a little used sparingly for the Pacers. This is his 7th year in the NBA out of North Carolina. 2 free throws coming for Siakam. First free throw is good. Siakam coming off a 20-point performance in Game 4. Heading back to the line for one more. 1 of 2. (23-15). Thunder lead by 8. Here's Williams. Hartenstein. Hartenstein to Caruso. Caruso goes inside, can't get it to go. Rebound Indiana. McConnell with it. And the Pacers' 6th turnover. Here's Caruso the other way, blocked from behind. And back comes Indiana. Siakam. This is Mathurin, who just checked in at the previous stoppage. Seven to shoot for Indiana. McConnell inside. It won't drop. Offensive rebound, no, but a foul on the Thunder. And that will send Mathurin to the line for the Pacers. Well, the Pacers having trouble hanging onto the ball here in the first quarter. 6 first-quarter turnovers. But what a block on that previous Thunder possession by Mathurin when it looked like Caruso had an easy layup. Mathurin heads to the line for 2. First is good. First point for Mathurin. Mathurin, the reason the Pacers able to pull that Game 3 out. A huge game for him. We got a timeout here before the second free throw for Mathurin. 23-16. Thunder lead the Pacers. 3:50 remaining in this opening quarter of play in Game 5 in a 2-2 series between the Pacers and the Thunder. Check out the updated stats for you here in this one. Pacers at 50% from the floor, 6 for 12. Mentioned just 2 for 5 from three-point range. That's been their go-to these playoffs, that three-point shooting. They're 40% so far. Just 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Thunder still over 50%, 9 for 17, 53%. They are just 1 for their first 3 from three-point range. And they are 4 for 5 from the free throw line. But mentioned 6 first-quarter turnovers for the Pacers compared to just 1 for the Thunder. Thunder slight edge and rebounds early. Continuing to lead the way for the Pacers so far in this one, Siakam with 6 points. Haliburton has not scored in this first quarter, missing his 2 shot attempts. Thunder being led by the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 7. Jalen Williams with 6 in the quarter. And Dort, mentioned Dort for the Thunder, picking up some early foul trouble here. He's got 2 fouls. As the Thunder are in the penalty, the Pacers will be shooting for the remainder of the first quarter. Rick Carlisle, Pacers coach, picking up that technical foul earlier in the quarter, arguing what he felt was a no call against Andrew Nembhard under the basket. So Rick Carlisle better be careful not to get another one, or he's going to be watching the rest of this game from the locker room. Be a quick update on some updated baseball scores. Nationals trying to break their season-long losing streak, but the Rockies score 3 in the top of the 9th and now lead 6-4. Yankees coming off that sweep or getting swept in Boston over the weekend. They are still 0-0 with the Angels in the 8th inning. Rays now have taken the lead over the Orioles 7-1. And mentioned those West Coast games coming up later. Red Sox, Mariners, Astros, A's, And Padres Dodgers, I mentioned Shohei Ohtani getting his season pitching debut in that game for the Dodgers. Haven't pitched for well over a year. Still in a delay in Omaha in the College World Series between LSU and UCLA. LSU leading that game 5-3 currently. So these teams, Pacers and Thunder, Pacers looking for their first NBA championship. The Thunder looking for their first NBA championship as the Oklahoma City Thunder. The franchise did win a title back in the late 70s when the franchise was still the Seattle Supersonics. But they are looking for their first title as the Thunder franchise. So following the timeout, back to the line, one more here for Mathurin. And he hits two. And the Thunder lead is now 6, 23-17. Inbound here to Caruso as he brings it up. Caruso finds Williams. Williams on the drive, and he misses. The Thunder have missed their last 7 from the floor, and here comes McConnell with the Pacer rebound. McConnell has it knocked out of bounds. It will stay Pacer ball. McConnell to inbound to Mathurin. Mathurin has an open 3. That's missed. Rebound to Williams. The 3 at the other end, and that stops the streak of 7 consecutive misses for the Thunder. And it's now a 9-point lead, 26-17. McConnell. Tough shot there. And the Thunder pull it down. Here's Williams. Hartenstein with it now, with 10 to shoot for the Thunder. Hartenstein finds Williams. Williams on the drive. Williams over Bradley, rimmed out, but the Thunder keep it alive. And in the corner for 3. Good. A 3 in the corner gives the Thunder their largest lead now of 12, 29-19. 29-17, excuse me. McConnell at the other end will put it in with the left hand underneath the basket. Cuts it to 10, 29-19, 2:15 remaining first quarter. First time we've seen Cason Wallace in the game for the Thunder. He checked in at the timeout. There's a miss, and the ball's still loose, and Indiana finally picks it up. And a dunk. Nobody was back defensively for the Pacers, but this dunk's not going to count. They're going to get an offensive foul on Bradley. Bradley with an illegal screen, it looks like, and Williams is still down for the Thunder. Actually, Bradley pushed Hartenstein underneath the basket, so that Williams' injury was not related to the foul. Williams a little shaken up here as he's going to go to the bench here. Looks like he's holding the top of his head, so I don't know if he got hit. It was off the play on the offensive foul underneath on Bradley. You saw Williams back at center court kind of holding his head and then go down. Didn't see exactly what happened there, but nonetheless, Thunder have it. Holmgren turns from the foul line, no good. Rebound, Miles Turner. Here's McConnell. Crowd wanted to travel, but none coming. Turner. Mathurin. Back to Siakam, and the Pacers almost turn it over again, but they do retain possession. 5 to shoot for Indiana. Outside it goes. Mathurin with an open 3. Got it. And the Pacers, that possession looked like it was going nowhere, but they found Mathurin for an open 3, and it cuts the Thunder lead to 7, 29-22. Final minute, opening quarter. And another block at the other end for Indiana when it looked like the Thunder were going in for a layup. Here's McConnell. In the corner, Siakam for three. That's no good. Tip, no. And the Thunder pull down this rebound. Wiggins with it. And the Thunder resets. Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded by Nembhard. Now Mathurin on him. Gilgeous-Alexander with 5 to shoot. Over Mathurin. No, but Mathurin bumped him. And that will send Gilgeous-Alexander to the line. Mathurin not liking the foul call there. But it will send the NBA MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, to the free throw line. Correction. I'm sorry. The Pacers had a foul to give. I beg your pardon. That was before the shot. Cason Wallace for three. And Cason Wallace into the scoring column. And the lead is 10, 32-22. Final shot of the quarter belongs to the Pacers here as McConnell dribbles it on the OKC logo, down to 8 seconds. McConnell on the drive. McConnell turnaround short. Mathurin the rebound. That's blocked. And time expires here in the first quarter. So the Thunder with a 32-22 lead after one in this crucial Game 5. It's the Thunder 32 and the Pacers 22. The Pacers going to have to clean up the ball handling. 7 first-quarter turnovers for Indiana. You recall in Game 1, they committed 19 turnovers in the first half. But were still able to get that win on that Therese Halliburton last-second shot there in Game 1. But 7 first-quarter turnovers in this one for the Pacers compared to just 1 for the Thunder. Pacers end the quarter just 8 for 20 shooting, 40%. They were 3 for 8 from 3 for 38%, but the Thunder, 12 for 25, 48%. So both these teams started the first 4 minutes of this game shooting pretty well. Shooting really dropped there in the final 7 minutes of the quarter. Thunder are 4 for 6 from three-point range. Rebound edge to the Thunder in that game, in the first quarter, I should say, 14-12. Siakam, team high for the Pacers with 6 points in that quarter. Mathurin added 5 off the bench. 4 for Turner, 3 for Nesmith, 2 apiece from Nembhard and McConnell. Tyrese Halliburton only got 2 shots off in that first quarter. Missed both of them. And the Pacers minus 10 with Halliburton in the lineup so far in this one. Thunder led in that first quarter by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 7 points, 6 apiece from Williams, and Cason Wallace off the bench hit 2 3-pointers. They both would have 6 points. Holmgren added 5, 3 apiece from Hartenstein and Wiggins, and 2 out of Alex Caruso. So the Thunder lead this game by 10 after 1. 32-22. Just some updates on these baseball scores. Phillies now lead the Marlins 3-2 in the 9th. Angels, Yankees still 0-0, bottom of the 8th. And the Rockies with 3 in the 9th come back to beat the Nationals and hand the Nationals their 8th loss in a row. This is a winning streak now for the Rockies, folks. That's 2 in a row. The White Sox set the Major League record, of course, last year. Major League worst record, 80 games under 500 last year. It's looking like the Rockies may give that a run, but they now have won back-to-back games. So the second winning streak for the Rockies this year. I think their previous one ended at 2. And still a delay in the College World Series between UCLA and LSU, 5-3. Mention at the outset, going to go through in this other sports action mention, if you missed the outset and if you have not heard, they're in the College World Series. Gage Wood, 19 strikeout performance, a College World Series record, and a no-hitter. That was the third no-hitter in College World Series history as Arkansas eliminated Murray State earlier 3-0. But here in the NBA Finals, Game 5, we are just about set to begin quarter number 2. And the Thunder bring it up. Cason Wallace brings it up the floor for the Thunder. Wallace nowhere to go. He finds his man now. Holmgren underneath. That's altered by Turner. And the Pacers come out with a TJ McConnell. McConnell to Siakam. Siakam off to Nembhard. Nembhard, Mathurin with it. 10 to shoot for the Pacers. Here's Nembhard. Nembhard into the corner. McConnell, and a bad pass. And the Pacers' 8th turnover. First of the second quarter. Here's Wallace. Holmgren for 3. No. Rebound, Miles Turner. And back come the Pacers the other way. Mathurin. And the Pacers back-to-back turnovers to open the second quarter. And Wiggins hits a 3 at the other end for the Thunder. And the Thunder lead is 13, their largest of the game, 35-22. McConnell with it as he brings it up the floor for Indiana. Finds Turner. Turner driving. Turner has it blocked. Holmgren with the rejection on Turner. Shot clock at 4 for Indiana as they will inbound. So the Pacers with 4 seconds on the shot clock will inbound. McConnell to Siakam. Siakam puts it up with the right hand, and the Pacers on the board here in the second quarter. 35-24, the Thunder lead. Nearly 2 minutes old here in the second quarter. And that shot no good underneath the basket. And back comes Indiana. McConnell to Siakam for 3. No good. Rebound to the Thunder. Cason Wallace, and he'll bring it up the floor. Wallace finds an open Kendrick Williams, who missed the 3. Rebound to Indiana. Siakam with it. Siakam finds Turner at the top of the key. Turner to McConnell. McConnell gets loose, but he passed up the 3. Instead gives it to Nesmith. And underneath to Siakam, who's fouled. They get Wallace on that one, I believe. So the Pacers will have it here. And Tyrese Halliburton is headed to the locker room. That might explain the lack of offense we've seen out of him so far. Siakam at the line for 2. First is good. So see what's going on with Tyrese Halliburton. One more coming for Siakam. And good. Pacers within 9 at the 9:20 mark here in the second quarter. Wiggins with it, finds Holmgren. Holmgren off to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander spins. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Outside, here's a 3 on the way. It's good from Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins with a 3-pointer, and the Thunder lead now 12 again, 38-26. Here's Nembhard. Nembhard off to McConnell. McConnell tries a three to answer and gets it. TJ McConnell with a three-pointer. 38-29. So despite the 9 first-half turnovers here, Pacers only find themselves down 9 and still down 9, but a foul. Gilgeous-Alexander missed the layup there, but he got fouled, and he'll have a chance to earn 2 at the line. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander heads to the line and hits the first. NBA MVP scored 15 points for the Thunder in the final 5 minutes of Game 4 in the Thunder's comeback win in Game 4. Now Halliburton is back in, so whatever it was that was bothering him, see if they got that corrected, and he's back in the ballgame. Gilgeous-Alexander hits 2, and it's 40-29. Toppin with it. Nembhard. Nembhard back outside for Nesmith for 3. No good. Offensive rebound, however, for Indiana. Nesmith tries again in the corner and hits it. Nesmith with a 3 to cut it to an 8-point game, 40-32. Timeout, Oklahoma City with 8:09 to play here in the second quarter. Pacers hanging around despite having their offensive issues in this one. It's 40-32 Thunder. Big story again in this one. 9 turnovers for Indiana. Just 2 for the Thunder. Siakam, 10 points for the Pacers, leading the way. Thunder still do not have anybody in double figures. Gilgeous-Alexander's close. He's got 9. Aaron Wiggins also with 9, as he's 3 for 3 from three-point range. Thunder 6 for 10 from 3 in this game, 60%. They went just 3 for 16 from three-point range in that Game 4 win. They have doubled their three-point makes from Game 4 in the first 16 minutes of this ballgame. Overall for the Thunder, 45%. They're 6 for 10 from 3, but they're just 8 for 21 from two-point range. Pacers at 42%, 11 for 26. Three-point shooting is improving. They're now 5 for 12, 42%. Rebounds tied at 16 apiece. But the blocks, Mathurin, 2 big blocks for the Pacers when it looked like the Thunder were going in for quick layups. So with 8:09 to play, quarter number 2, Thunder leading this game 40-32. And they will have the ball following the timeout when play resumes. See if I have an update on these Major League Baseball games. Angels, Yankees, still 0-0 in the 9th. And the Phillies continue to lead the Marlins 3-2. 7-1 Rays over the Orioles. Of course, the Rays this season playing in the Yankees spring training facility there in Tampa as Tropicana Field sustained that heavy, heavy damage in that hurricane late last year. But boy, the Rays, talking about Major League Baseball here, the Rays, they have been the hottest team in Major League Baseball right now. Here recently, they just swept the Mets in convincing fashion over the weekend. And now they're taking it to the Orioles. Orioles not a good team this year, but division game, got to win the games you need to. The Rays may end up being a factor here. So here we go, back to this one in Game 5, 40-32. And the Thunder will have the ball following the timeout. So here we go. After the timeout, Thunder to inbound. Thunder on the floor with Caruso, Wiggins, Hartenstein, Dort, and Williams. Williams has it now. Williams off to Hartenstein. Outside it goes to Dort. Dort tries a three, short. Rebound Indiana. Halliburton with it here. Halliburton, that's a long two. That's short. Rebound to the Thunder. And ahead it goes to Hartenstein, but he had to back it off. And the Thunder back it out and reset, but finds Williams underneath for a dunk. Jalen Williams extends the Thunder lead back to 10. And the Pacers turn it over for the 10th time. Williams at the other end scores back-to-back buckets for Williams. And it's 44-32. The turnovers which plagued the Pacers in Game 1 are coming back to plague them again here in Game 5. As the Pacers now trail by 12, and that led to a quick timeout by Indiana after this 4-0 run for the Thunder out of the timeout. Double-digit turnovers for the Pacers in the first 17 minutes. Again, had 19 in the first half in Game 1, but came back to win that one on the Halliburton heroics. Jalen Williams reaches double figures. He's the first double-figure scorer for the Thunder. He's got 10 points. As it is 44-32 with 7:14 remaining in the first half. So this series will shift back to Indianapolis for Game 6 on Thursday night. One of these teams will have a chance to close it out on Thursday in Indianapolis. And if the Pacers don't want to be facing elimination at home, they're going to have to get this turnover bug issue here in Game 5 resolved. Again, I know they ended up 19 turnovers in the first half in Game 1. Yes, they ended up coming back to win that game. But you wonder if they'd be able to get by with that for a second game in this series. As the Thunder are energized, getting back home, you can see the energy. And the Paycom Center crowd behind the Thunder. Both these teams with their second finals appearance. The Thunder did reach the finals back in 2012. Second appearance in the finals as the Thunder franchise. They lost in the finals in 2012. Pacers' first appearance in the NBA Finals in 25 years. They lost in 6 games in 2000 as they went up against Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers that series. Lakers took them out in 6. So first appearance in 25 years for the Pacers. First appearance in 13 in the finals for the Thunder. Thunder, obviously been the best team in the NBA all year long. 68-14 in the regular season for the Thunder. And boy, are they tough to beat at home. We are just about set to resume following the timeout. So there will be a free throw for Williams to try to complete a three-point play following that foul, which led to the Indiana timeout. Williams free throw up and good. 45-32. Thunder tie their largest lead of the half at 13. Nesmith finds Halliburton. Halliburton against Caruso. Halliburton. 5 to shoot. This is Toppin. Halliburton with 1 on the clock from the foul line. That missed everything except the backboard, and back come the Thunder. Caruso with it. Caruso back to Hartenstein. Hartenstein lost it. Just the third Thunder turnover, as that was poked loose from behind. This is Nesmith to Halliburton. Halliburton's missed his 4 shot attempts in the first half. He's got it now. This time guarded by Wiggins. Halliburton in a little bit of trouble. 2 again on the shot clock, and we have a foul with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Pacers got bailed out there because that offensive possession was going nowhere. So the Pacers will have it on the inbound following the foul. Siakam with it inside. Siakam, he had Nesmith underneath, but Nesmith wasn't looking for it. And it's a scrum underneath, and we have a jump ball called. Boy, he had Nesmith wide open under the basket, but I don't think Nesmith was looking for the ball. And he bobbled it once he got it, and the Thunder forced the jump ball. This will be Nesmith and Hartenstein jumping. This is the one rule NBA does better than college. I have never liked the possession arrow in college basketball. Jump the ball like they do in NBA. And that shot missed everything as the Pacers won the tip, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Thunder. Boy, the Thunder defense, the job they are doing in this one. Once the Pacers won the tip, Nembhard had to just launch, and it missed everything for the Pacers' 11th turnover. Here's Williams. Williams finds Hartenstein to Caruso. 7 to shoot for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gilgeous-Alexander with 3 to shoot. Pulls up from the foul line and hits. Gilgeous-Alexander just threw that up there and it went down, and the Thunder have their largest lead of the half, 47-32. And a foul on the Thunder as we'll send Turner to the line. Turner a little gimpy, as is Hartenstein for the Thunder. Hartenstein got his second foul there. Turner and Hartenstein both get up a little gimpy. So 2 free throws coming for Miles Turner. First is good. Lead is 14 for the Thunder. And 1 more free throw coming for Turner. Turner's second is good. 47-34. Turner now has 6. Here's Williams with it for the Thunder. Finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander has it poked loose and almost a turnover. Finds Holmgren. Holmgren pulls up. That's off the back rim. No. Rebound Halliburton. Back come the Pacers. Nembhard is fouled. And I think they're going to get Jalen Williams with his second. So Jalen Williams becomes the third Thunder player with 2 fouls. Pacers to inbound out of the timeout. Halliburton looking to inbound, gets it to Turner. Turner to Siakam. Siakam underneath to Nembhard. Nembhard gets free underneath as Gilgeous-Alexander mistimed the jump there, and it left Nembhard open underneath. 47-36. Williams. Back Williams now. 10 to shoot. Williams on the drive. Got free, got loose, and get fouled. Does not get the layup to go, but he will head to the line. And just as I said, the Pacers did not have anybody with 2 fouls yet. They do now, as Turner got his second right there. Two free throws coming for Jalen Williams. 11 points so far on this one. First by Williams is good. Lead back to a dozen with one more coming. One more free throw coming for Williams. Big watch party going on at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis tonight, and there does not look like a seat to be had there. 48-36. Got a stoppage here. Looks like there might be some blood on Siakam. That's the stoppage of play right now. Williams will be at the free throw line for one more once play resumes. And Williams hits the second. He's got 13. And that is the Thunder lead at 13, 49-36. Nembhard finds Toppin. Toppin tries a three. That's short. And Holmgren is bumped into hard underneath the basket as Siakam was going for the rebound. And Holmgren is still down. Boy, he took a shot there from Siakam on the rebound. It has gotten quite physical here in Game 5. Holmgren going up for the rebound, and Siakam just gave him a pop there. No ill will there. Siakam was just going up for the rebound there. But he gave Holmgren a pretty good shot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander bringing it up for the Thunder. And Holmgren for three. No. Rebound, Nesmith. Under 4 to go, second quarter. Here's Halliburton. Halliburton underneath. Nice pass, but the shot's blocked. Pacers get the loose ball and another rejection. 2 blocks on this possession and a three-pointer rimmed off. Rebound to Dort. Dort on the drive outside to a wide open Williams for three, and it's good. Williams was wide open. Dort found him, and the Thunder with their largest lead of the game, 52-36. Inside for a dunk. Nembhard to Toppin, and it cuts it to 14. Pacers now under 40% shooting from the floor. And another block at the other end, however, and back come the Pacers. Here's Halliburton. Inside, the shot does not go. Siakam thought he was fouled, but no call. And back come the Thunder. Holmgren at the other end, too strong. Holmgren gets it back and scores. Holmgren cleaned up his own miss and put it back and in, 54-38. Toppin, no good. Tip, no. Out of bounds. It will be Thunder basketball. We like the hustle by Holmgren, getting the block, the one in on Siakam, and then following his own miss and getting the offensive rebound and putback. 2.5 to go, second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, floater inside, but we're going to have a foul prior to that. Believe they got Nembhard, I believe, on that foul. And Gilgeous-Alexander at the line as both teams are in the penalty. 11 points for Gilgeous-Alexander in the first half. Make it 12 as he's now 6 for 6 from the free throw line. As Miles Turner returns. Halliburton's had a rough first half out there. He had to go to the locker room earlier. And he is scoreless as he has missed his 4 shots from the floor. And Gilgeous-Alexander has one more coming. You can see the frustration on Halliburton on the bench. As Gilgeous-Alexander hits 2. 56-38, Thunder. .220 to go. Second quarter. Here's Nembhard. Nembhard bounced to Turner. Turner back to Nembhard. 10 to shoot for the Pacers. Nembhard on the drive against Caruso. Puts it in. Nembhard also got fouled, so he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Andrew Nembhard with 6 points, trying to make it 7 with his free throw. And it is good. 56-41 as we near 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Game 5, series tied 2-2. Here's Caruso with it. Gilgeous-Alexander outside, three-pointer on the way, no. Offensive rebound again for Holmgren. Holmgren, but this time turns it over. Out the offensive rebound. Layup at the other end and a foul. They're going to get Caruso. That's 2 in a row on Caruso. Caruso not liking the call. And it will send Mathurin to the line. Mathurin at the line for 2. First free throw, rounded out. One more coming. As Halliburton continues to look on from the Pacer bench. Mathurin has one more. That one's no good either, as he misses 2, but the Pacers keep it alive. And Siakam tries a 3. No. Rebound, Gilgeous-Alexander. Empty trip that time for the Pacers. Gilgeous-Alexander with the right hand, and that's no good. And back come the Pacers. Here's Mathurin. Mathurin up ahead. He misses the layup. He thought he was fouled. And back come the Thunder. Wiggins, three-pointer, no. Rebound, Indiana. Bradley's back in the game. Tony Bradley, but Mathurin gets the loose ball. Mathurin underneath to Bradley. Bradley, they're going to get a foul. It's 2 on Gilgeous-Alexander, and it will send Tony Bradley to the free throw line for Indiana. Two shots here. First free throw on the way is good. So Halliburton will return. He has not had in his playoff career, he has not had a first half where he has gone scoreless. He's got a minute to try to change that. One more free throw coming for Bradley. And good. 56-43, final minute, second quarter, as Gilgeous-Alexander brings it up. Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 to shoot for the Thunder. Outside, wide open three-pointer is good. That was Cason Wallace. Wallace's third three of the first half, and the lead is 16. Here's Nembhard to Halliburton. Mathurin, no. And it is the Pacers keeping possession. Three-pointer on the way, short. Mathurin with the rebound, reverse, and 2 offensive rebounds that trip for the Pacers. It's 59-45, Thunder for the final shot of the half, 5 seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander with 1 from the logo, no good. And that is how the first half comes to a close, 59-45. Thunder lead the Pacers at intermission. Williams and Gilgeous-Alexander combined for 29 in the first half for the Thunder as they lead it by 14, 59-45 over the Pacers here at halftime. Going to take a quick pause on the stream. Be back with you right before the second half. We will run down some first half stats, give you some updates from other sports action going on. Going to take a quick pause. Be back with you here 7-8 minutes roughly. Talk to you here in a few minutes.